Could this be the final sign that the world is going to end? Jesus warned his disciples and said, "Before I return, you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Right now, as I stand in this field on my own, people are talking. The whole world is whispering and saying, could there be a World War III on the horizon? And people are getting quite anxious. People are getting quite scared. And people are even saying, could this be the return of Christ any moment now? Well, what did Jesus himself say? He said, "See that you are not troubled. The end is not yet." And although there are wars, although there are rumors of wars, this is not the final sign that Jesus will return. So what is it then? Could it be this instead? The Bible says, "For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many." Again, right now, as we speak, there is a man from the East, a cult leader called Sergei Torop, who has deceived over 10,000 people into believing that he is Jesus Christ. And there are many others who have made similar blasphemous claims. So when we see all of these false Christs rising up, does this point us to believe that this is the final sign that the second coming of Christ is coming very soon? Well, I actually think you need to consider this sign before we make that conclusion. Jesus said at the end of the age there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are but the beginning of the birth pains. I was there when my wife gave birth, and actually the first sentence I said to my mother-in-law on the phone was, "I have so much more respect for you women." And she said, "Well, you should, Joe." Why do I say that? Well, the birth pains that my wife went through, they seemed like they were total agony. At the beginning, okay, they were milder, and then there was a sort of break, and we think, oh, everything's okay. And then suddenly, here comes another birth pain. And then there's a break. And then another one comes on. And the closer that my wife got to birth, the more intense the birth pains came. And the quicker they came, there was less of a gap. And that's what the Bible says it's going to be like at the beginning of these sorrows. There'll be an earthquake, and then there'll be a gap. And then another earthquake, another natural disaster will happen, and then there'll be a break. And then the closer we get to the end, the more intense, the more painful these pains will be on the earth. So we'll get through one plague, and just when we think we're okay, another one will hit us, even worse than the other plague. And the Bible says, when this great tribulation happens, it will be like nothing this world has ever seen before. There will be no sorrow, no pain, no distress that has fallen on this earth that will match the Great Tribulation. And I find that to be very, very scary. I thought Hiroshima was bad. I thought World War I and World War II were bad. I thought the Great Flood was bad, but no, the Bible says nothing that this world has ever seen